I'm standing right next to a person who would like to share his story about how it is for him being a Pakistani Christian here in Denmark. This person would like to be anonymous. That means that he doesn't want to show his face and he doesn't want to share his full name with us. Can you tell me how it is for you being a Christian Pakistani here in Denmark?
Yeah, it is hard, from the day first, and it's not easy because the day I came, it started with to get an apartment, and people didn't wanted me in their apartments because I'm Christian, And of course, no Danish people. I didn't know any Danes, so I had to go to the Pakistanis, and they didn't wanted to accept a Pakistani Christian in their house. So I was denied at two places, and the third one, I actually hide my identity that I'm Christian. Yeah.
So you had to deny that you're a Christian so that you can get a room in an apartment.
Of course. So it was first after 3 months they figured it out that I'm Christian, And every Sunday I was going to the church and I tell them that I'm going to play cricket in Denmark. But then after 3 months they are,
But this is Denmark. Why does this have to happen to you? Here we have the freedom to have the kind of religion we want to have. Why does this happen to you?
Why this has happened? I will ask you the same question. I don't know, because I was thinking it is a Christian country, but actually it's not. If the Danes are not helping, there is no proper something, so we get an apartment or a job. Of course, we go to our native country people, and they don't want to accept you because they are all Muslims, and I'm Christian.
So it's a religious problem between you, with some Muslims and Christians.
Yeah, it is basically a religious problem.
Have you experienced something physically?
Well, it was first when I was on a job where 70% people there were Pakistani and of course Muslims, so they treated me in a way that they made my life hell, and they were shouting, and one time there was a guy who was almost hitting me also there, and then
so they hit you
almost, he was just taking his arm like that, and because the supervisor to the team leader and everybody was Muslim there, so they didn't like me. I get the point. They were using harsh language, shouting, abusing, everything, And then I left it, so that was good.
Okay, but why don't you want to show your face? We are in Denmark. We have the freedom of speech. Why don't you come out and say, here I am, I'm a Pakistani Christian, my name is this and that? Why don't you do that? We are in a democratic, we live in a democratic country, after all.
It is a democratic country. It is whatever, everything is good here, but the problem is my roots in Pakistan and my family is in Pakistan. Of course, if the other religion, which is Islam or the Islamic Muslim people, they find out that I'm saying things like that, on air, of course they will come and hunt me down here and my family back there in Pakistan.
So you think if you're gonna come out and say who you are, you're actually worried about your parents or your family in Pakistan, and you're also worried about yourself, if they will harm you.
Of course they will.
Why do you think they will do that?
They can do that. Before the Danish politician come, they can do anything, and that I don't wanna face. And of course it's dangerous in Pakistan. This is crazy.
I do understand it's dangerous in Pakistan, but it's also dangerous here in Denmark.
It is totally dangerous. It is totally dangerous, but the they don't get it, And the parliament and everything looks nice here, the rules and regulation, but actually the problem is something else,
What is the problem?
The problem is with the religion. They don't want to accept any other religion than Islam.
Then why does this happen to you and not to a white Danish person?
White Danish people are Danish people. They will never harm any Danish people because the Danish, most of them, they don't believe in Christianity. Most of them, they are atheists or something.
Yeah, but I mean, why specifically you? Is it because you're from Pakistan? Do you think that's the problem?
That is the problem. I have black hair and I am like them, but I am not Muslim.
So if a Danish Christian who goes to church every Sunday and comes out and say, well, maybe I've also experienced something like that, do you think they will harm him?
No, I don't think so, because Danes are different, because they are Danish. But we don't fit in this system, being Christian and coming from their background,